Alright, Travis Wingoodso. It's my birthday on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I bought too many of the monster cereals for Halloween last year that I still have too many to buy Lucky Charms. And so that tradition's done away with. It's been done away with for a while. And so I have to wait until the monster cereals are near completed before I start buying other cereal. And if you are here for the first time, you are unaware that this closing of the church is the church's way of granting me an early birthday gift for my request for relief with the lawsuit I filed with them. And so that's the evidence that you see at the beginning of this video that I'm putting on all my videos. If I forget to tell you on other videos that you come to first, as this is your first. And I've got the polygamy tell prior to. In that video, I talk about how the church has different plans in place in case one of their top plans fail. Their top plan being to restore polygamy in 2024. And my lawsuit was an inconvenient timing, an inconvenient truth, as I win. They can't challenge this in court. You think, well, people have a right to face their accusers and have a defense to show that the prosecution is wrong. Not wrong. It's their lawsuit. Check the evidence. It's them. I have used their attacks on me as the evidence against them. And they are lawsuits evidence, legal evidence. They can't challenge those. And thus, why I did the video of the Mormon church is praying to the inverted pentagram god. Because if you don't know Mormons, and shame on you for purposely blocking it out of your thinking process, the inverted pentagram is solely symbolic for Lucifer. Now, Luciferians will try to calm people's fears and paranoia of wanting to physically harm Satanists by saying, you guys are all ignorant, this has symbolic meaning of intellectualism and enlightenment. Even the church does a video on it and says, it's Freemasonry. It's just the signs from Freemasonry. It's not our adoption of any Luciferian doctrine at all. No. Yes. And so I then did some research for another viewer of mine and did the Heber C. Kimball video and went, oh crap, he's worse than I realized. And yeah, it confirms the Scottish Rites Illuminati Satanism. But the other video is ready to process. So yeah, this whole processing system, it's YouTube's way of censoring videos or checking if they need to censor a video. It's not really processing. So let's see here, 15th. We got 30 on the first one I did, 14 on the second one I've done. So yeah, there's a few of you who are watching, because at almost 10 o'clock here, my views cut off. And so it's clear there's no church today. Church shut down. But yeah, that was my request for relief in my lawsuit, is that either the church has to shut down, is what I put in there. They can't just give me my own temple, give me a few $100,000 and whatever, because Mormons are going to hate me. The church has to shut down altogether. And so the two options that I gave were, they either hand over the keys to the whole organization, which means all the priesthood leaders from the First Presidency, the Quorum of the 12, and the General 70. I set that up in motion long before the lawsuit, and they fell for it. And I've done those videos. But yeah, all of them have to go, as I would take over. Or they sell everything and write me a check, which direct deposit nowadays. And so the closing down of the church with coronavirus is their way of saying, well, fine, here you go, Travis. We'll show you. And so I don't get it, but the church shuts down. And so that's why I said in the inverted pentagram video that this is their hope and prayer to their God that coronavirus takes me out one way or another, whether it's murder from death from coronavirus or economic destruction, because it's coming, guys. They're shutting everything down. People aren't working. How are they going to pay for food if they're not getting paychecks? Oh, Trump's just going to give everybody paychecks. Yeah, a stimulus package of $50 trillion. Yeah, and so it's coming, guys. The food shortage is coming. We already have stores that are selling out of food already. Smith's sent me an email saying we're requiring that you limit your purchases. And it was just for sanitation, but it's going to sanitary products, but it's coming for food as well. And nobody's preparing with more food for the stores. Nobody's preparing with more sanitation. Nobody's preparing. Ooh. Oh, I got one. It just showed up on my screen. I didn't think it would do that. Thought I always had to reload the page in order to see new views. That's interesting. Alright. Hi. Welcome. Welcome to my show. And so, that's the one plan that I saw coming, was the polygamy one. That's the ideal one that they're wanting, and that they knew about coronavirus before, which is why they were setting things in motion before, the shutting down Temple Square to have it redesigned and to be open just in time for 2024's conference. The question I have is, are they going to pull a Brigham Young? Because it's a Salt Lake Temple, and you'd think, well, April 6th, obviously, Travis, which is Saturday of that year. And so, why not a full Saturday session of conference? Let me check time and date for when May 1st is. And you're going, May 1st? What are you talking about, Travis? You're crazy. Google a Nauvoo temple dedication, and you'll see May 1st. Why May 1st? That's strange. Why did they do it on May 1st? Did they not finish on April 6th? Yes, they did finish before April 6th. The Mormons were expecting April 6th dedication. Brigham Young said, nope. And so, May 1st is a Wednesday. That's going to be kind of complicated, because never in the history of the church had they had a conference on Wednesday. They've had them on Thursday and Friday and Monday. Did they have it on Monday? They had it on Tuesday. I've never seen a Wednesday. So, very interesting. And the first is a third quarter moon. Interesting. Third quarter moon. But, yeah, if you're also familiar, 2024 is also going to be significant for another astronomical reason. Not astrological, astronomical reason. Another solar eclipse. We can pull out Nikki French's version or the original woman's version. Bonnie Tyler. Total eclipse of the heart. And yeah. And so as I threw a wrench into their whole plans for Plan A, they then started to demonstrate tells of fleeing. And I told you that there's a German who turned tail and had deceived me as to his intentions. And so now he's mocking me instead of praising me. But he's complaining and mocking me, saying, they're not fleeing, they're just temporarily closing the church. He's a dumbass. Because I just did the video here about how polygamy and the office of high priest is essential for exaltation in the Mormon church. And Mormons are like, what? What? They might be made aware of polygamy being essential and the controversy behind that, but high priest? What? Huh? No, you just have to be a Melchizedek priesthood holder. No. Check the description below. Put in the scripture reference. And, okay. It's just, the church leaders are playing Mormons for dumb. They're taking advantage of Mormons because of that. They purposely miseducate them growing up, and then they just play with their minds as they make alterations in preparation for the future, and they do it slowly. You know, the temple changes. You know, women are all focusing on, oh, we get to wear slacks, and Eve has a bigger speaking part, and yay, we don't have to obey our husbands anymore. And then they all forget by the time they get to the law of the law of chastity. You notice the changes in the law of chastity, women? It's not legally and lawfully anymore. It's now plural. Now, in our English language, which is the worst language ever to be invented, because of this feature of it, you can have alternate meanings with what you say in your words. And thus, you get political speech and legalese. And all it is deception speech. And that's what the church pulled on you guys in the temple under the law of chastity. They put in wives. And so women are being pacified because the church got upset with this ordained women movement. And so, fine. Eve has more speaking parts, and and women no longer have to obey their husbands. And then they throw in wives. And then last October conference, Oaks, trust in the Lord, about polygamy. And Mormons just let it go right over their head. Oh yeah, we need to trust in our prophets. Oh my God. You guys do know that the United States disincorporated the church. And they weren't a part of the United States. They were a territory. They weren't a state in the Union yet. And the government said, stop polygamy. No. Stop polygamy. No. Okay, Edmunds-Tucker Act. You're disincorporated. Your church got deep into debt buying back what they could. So the brothels, they didn't pay for those again. Yes, they had brothels. The brewery, I don't think they renewed the brewery. But they didn't have to give up their temples. And that was a mistake. The government should have taken the temples because they were using the religion to commit crime. And sure enough, the Reed-Smoot Senate hearings was because the church took polygamy into the secret chambers of the temple. And it got leaked, as the current temple text got leaked about the law of chastity, as I found out about it. I haven't heard anybody else, even those who posted the video of it. They don't talk about it. Nobody talks about it. Everybody's all excited now that women no longer have to obey their husbands. So, man. But, guys, you're getting played. But my wrench in the system is causing them to try to find a way to discredit me first. And so they would have gone to my membership record to see if there's any damaging information, like the 2 divorces. That's all that's on there for them to see. But then they have my troublemaker file, which the prophets have all read by now. And I've been posting it on several of the videos. The troublemaker file indicates that they blacklisted me back in 1998 for being a translator of ancient documents, decipherer of Paleo-Hebrew, and that's my troublemaker file. They have nothing on me, and my evidence against them I already present. The case in 2008, they could have said, well, he was arrested as a terrorist threat. Yeah, here's the evidence against you, because you had me arrested as a terrorist threat. You paid the person to disappear me. Here's that evidence. And we need to check your financial records so that we can see who else you've been paying for what you did to me back in 2008. And, I wonder if there'll be anything else we'll find in those financial records. Sort of like Deutsche Bank, with the whistleblower blowing the whistle on Ensign Peak Associates. Deutsche Bank. I know, Mormons, you watch Fox News, so you're clueless about Deutsche Bank. But those of us who watch MSNBC know very well the significance of Deutsche Bank. So the church is toast, and they're trying to figure out what to do. So the lawyers are ignoring me. They're supposed to send back my copy of the waiver of summons. Nope, they're not even bothering. It's going on 3 weeks now, and 3 or 4 weeks, and they have until the 30th at midnight to file with the courts to state that they've received the complaint and what they're going to do about it, how they're going to plead, whether they're going to call for a dismissal, and they haven't even done that. You'd think, well, a dismissal, well, we'll just copy and paste the one we did with Gaddy versus COP. Nope, because I was on top of that case and knew that that's what the church would be doing, and was prepared like a good little Eagle Scout I am. And the church messed up there because I dealt with that issue right from the beginning. So what Kay responded to when the church sent in their dismissal, and now their case is waiting for the judge's decision, and that's been since February 13th. It's over a month, and the judge refuses to make a decision on that matter as to whether to allow the case to proceed to a trial or just dismiss it like the church wants him to. And so he's in conflict, and he's just hesitating, delaying it. And here is my case, as the judges are hesitating and delaying and ignoring. And I found the waiver of summons order rule and followed that, and so now 30th, that's their deadline. And the church has to figure out some way to stop me. And enter Percy Pearson, who I did the video on as he threatened me on Thursday, and then thinking or forgetting that I had recorded the whole thing. Dumb. I recorded it. I didn't delete it. I recorded it. And I spread it around on different formats or different devices in case somebody thinks they can delete it. And that's the evidence against Percy. And the property manager then decided to jump in to attack me. Oops, she's now going to get terminated. So, yeah, there's big things going on in my life, all for my birthday, as the church is desperately trying to find a way to shut this case down, and hoping coronavirus would do it. So, until they can figure something out, they're still proceeding with Plan A. And they're just appearing to concede by closing down the case during the coronavirus, closing down the church during the coronavirus. So, I don't accept this condition. You have to shut down completely. So, now you understand some of the backstory that isn't being told to you in the regular press and by the church especially.